How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Limb Reaper, Robertscertified Tree Service. We are doing some chainsaw maintenance today. Today we have our 201, our MS201 top handle climbing saw. And you know, we're just gonna do the works. You know, I got a new spark plug, new air filter, new fuel filter. Grease it up, and look what I got. Finally picked myself up a light 04 steel bar. Hell yeah, let's get that thing on there for sure and go cut some shit down. I'm gonna start out just by taking this off. Make sure your chain brake is on. That is filthy. Definitely need to clean that up. Get this puppy off in there. Alright. Out with the old, in with the new. Just take this chain off for now. So yeah, guys, just wanted to get on here and show you a little chainsaw maintenance, and want to say thank you, and I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting on my channel in the past couple videos. I know I've only come out with a couple so far, but hopefully there'll be more to come. And actually, as you can see behind me, you might only get a glimpse of it, but I ended up buying my own dump trailer. So no more renting. That's just a waste of money, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so you come down here, and this part is where your spark plug is going to be. You should just be able to pop this rubber piece off. And then, I believe I got a 5/8, right? 5/8? Yeah, 5/8. Because for some reason they made it to where it's not the size of the scrunch. I know it's stupid, but so yeah, so more background for you guys. Just getting this spark plug out of there. I'll tell you a little more background. I did 5 years of wildland firefighting and spent most of that time actually on the saw team. So, and I was mainly saw one, so doing a lot of saw work, cutting line, and I actually spent a lot of time doing felling boss stuff. So I spent some time with the professional fellers out there, doing some snag mitigating. So yeah, look at that. Let's see. So yeah, so a lot of experience doing tree felling, especially hazard tree felling, of course, for wildland firefighting. But I've only been climbing for about 3 years now, and it's mostly self-taught. You know, of course, I was kind of thrown right into the mix. A lot of watching videos, a lot of trial and error, and then a lot of sometimes the companies I worked for, we would hire on contract climbers, of course, and I would pick their brain as much as I could, but a lot of self-taught and just trial and error, really. So, you know, like to say, there's a million ways to skin a cat. So you just screw in and right back into there. And then, from what I've learned from I don't know if it's true actually, but you don't want to get this thing on there tight. Kind of want to just get it on there finger tight, since this one is in an awkward spot. You can't get the best finger tight. So I usually just a little tighten with the wrench, just a little bit, and that should do it. That should do it right there. Get your plug back on there, and that should do that. I need to go get some cleaning stuff real quick. I need to invest in the air compressors, what I really need to do. Anyway, so I really enjoyed wildland firefighting. But you know, it's just, you can't really start a family when you're doing that. And my favorite part of it is when I was cutting trees and working with trees. So I was like, you know, I think it would just be cool to become a tree climber and do that every day. And that way I get to come home most nights, if not every night, to my son and my wife. And you know, I didn't picture myself starting a tree service this soon, but here we are. I'm enjoying every step of the way. It's one of those things, just like climbing, it's trial and error. And you know, I've taken a lot of advice, but also I'm not going to take all your guys' advice. I like to do things my own way sometimes, but don't get me wrong, I listen. I'll be listening. Well, let's bust out this bad boy. Cheers, first of all. Thought that was a skeeter. So I do know a lot of tips and tricks, of course, but you know, you learn something new every day, basically. You see something new almost every day, which is crazy. But what I like to do with the chain, if you have your chain all messed up, you know, it's all wonky, and how did it just pop out by itself like that? Okay, I promise, usually it doesn't do that. Say it's all twisted and whatnot, you know, how they usually are like that. You just want to keep following it until you get it back to, usually back to 2, like this. And then you want it to where these two are I call it the dick and balls. You got the dick and balls, and then you just flip it, boom, and there you go. One thing different about these climbing saws. This guy loosened up. Where'd my scrunch go? There it is. See, I have my bar on there, and it's on the notch that it's supposed to be on. That's what holds it and puts your bar in and out. I don't know if you can see it right here. It's down in one of these holes. But then there's a thing you can twist right here with your scrunch, and how to move the bar back and forth. So right now my bar is too far forward to put my chain all the way on, so twist it back. Put it on there. Now you can see how loose the chain is. You want to tighten the tensioner back up. You can see I loosened it quite a bit, but you don't want to go too tight yet. You want to go, leave it a little loose, and then get this on here first. Clean that guy out too first. You know, with me being tree-tarded and all, one thing I am lucky to have is my wife. I got her to help out with finances and everything like that. Help me work through taxes and insurance. So that's probably the only reason why I started this company so easy, is because I have someone to kind of help me in the management part. I don't think I'd be able to do all that. I'm not that smart. Put this puppy back on there. Now I'm actually going to repaint this stuff later on. Probably do it all murder out like everyone does, all black and black. But for now, for the video, we'll just get this on there. get it finger tight. What I've noticed with these 201 running, these 201 top handle saws is they run better. I like my chains usually a little tighter, but these saws, they just run better when you have them a little bit on the looser end. So, you know, I leave a little loose, and then once you tighten this up, and then you also want to keep in mind, leave this a little loose, because once you fully tighten this, it tightens the chain just a little bit more too. There's my cat. I'll tighten this. And then, yeah, there you go. That should be a good looseness right there. Then we'll go on to my air filter, which I have never changed this thing out. As you can tell, I did not clean it out after my last use. Yeah, that thing's looking pretty gnarly right now. We'll just toss that aside because we got a new one. And then I noticed with some of these new ones, yeah, they don't make the hole big enough. There goes my light again. Come on, light. So I'm gonna go drill a little bit bigger hole in this real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I got the bigger hole drilled. Just drilled it out. I should be able to just pop in there now. Yep, just like that. Make sure that's on the right way. Got the new filter on there. Okay, now for the fuel filter. Usually this helps if you don't have full of gas, but I'm not sure how much gas I have in here right now. Okay, I'm looking pretty empty. It can help if you have gas because your fuel filter will be floating up a little bit, but you kind of just want to dig in there until you find that hose that it's connected to. Just try to fish that sucker out of there. There we go, got it. Don't lose it, don't lose it. Yeah. Let me get the new one out of the bag. That's the new one. And so one thing when you're taking this off the hose, don't let go of the hose because it'll just suck right back in there and then it's even more hard to get out. Trust me, I've done it. So you just pop that sucker right off. There's the old guy right there. Looking pretty crusty. Can't say I've ever changed that either. Get your new guy, just plop it right on. Just like that. Make sure she's snug. And then just tuck her away. Right back in there. Just like that, boom. And there you have it. There's the new bar, new spark plug, new air filter, new fuel filter, and then I'm gonna take this in to my actual shop, some guys that I work with sometimes, and probably blow it all out to get it a little more cleaner. But then while I'm here, where'd I put that sharpener? I'm gonna hit some licks. I also learned make sure your chain brake's off. I like to start at the master link, so that's how you know where you start and stop. So the master link, usually yellow, sometimes green, sometimes orange, but usually yellow. And then I learned how to sharpen while fighting fire. So you know you're in go mode. You got to get it going. You got to get some licks in, and you got to get back to it. So that's why when you guys are probably watching me, it looks like I'm going fast and aggressive, but trust me, it's sharp. I get my shit real sharp and a little sloppy, but it gets the job done. So, but there will be a line. Usually there's a certain size file. I can't remember the actual size of the file for certain saws, and then most manufactured chains will have a line on top of the tooth, and that's the angle you want to keep your sharpening tool file. and just put a little bit of pressure, hold your saw steady, and just push. And then old saws, they weren't spiraled, so you had to do a twist in it, and so I still accustomed to the twist motion, so I'll be twisting it, but really you don't have to twist it because it has the grooves and the twist already in the file, but I still add the twist even though you don't need to. So start your master link, get a few licks, you'll see some burrs that you might want to get out, you know, maybe like pop it up a little bit, but just keep going until you'll know when it's sharp. You'll see it, you'll see the difference between this tooth and your next one. But one thing you want to keep in mind is you want to be consistent throughout all your teeth, because if you have one side that you put like 30 minutes into and then you just put like 5 minutes into the other side, that's when you start getting those J cuts and your teeth start being at different angles and different sizes, and it'll start cutting wonky. So you want to make sure you're putting the same amount of licks into every tooth, so you're basically sharpening off of your worst tooth. So if you have to put, you know, 5 licks into this one, make sure you're doing that equally to the same. You can do here or there, like 4 here, 6 there, but make sure they're as close to equivalent as all the other teeth, of course. So and you know, everyone you'll learn from has different ways, so a million ways to skin a cat, like I've said before. And then after a couple teeth, you're going to want to knock, there'll be the metals will collect inside your groove, so you'll kind of just want to knock them out. Someone in my last video said, don't knock it against your chain, you're going to ruin your chain. You know what, these things go through hell anyways. What's me knocking on it a couple times going to make it not last another day? Whatever, I'll get another damn chain. I don't know what you guys use, but I just started using Jobber as like doing my quotes and my invoices, and you know, it has seemed to really help. I really liked having the free trial because I had access to everything, but now I only pay for like the minimum of it, and I only get the basics, but it's like way too expensive to get the full thing. But maybe one day. You know, we're moving up. We got the trailer, we got some saw parts, and we got some jobs lined up. I'm like a month booked out now. I know I only do like 1 day a week, but being booked out a month by month is pretty nice so far. So usually I'll get close to the end of the month and I'm like, oh, I don't have next month book out, and then I'll all of a sudden just get a bunch of calls and then, oh, I got another month booked out. So yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and sharpen this. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure I missed a lot of things to talk about. You know, looking into the future, we got some jobs coming up, so I'll be taking some videos, taking some GoPro videos. Nothing it's mostly pruning. I know pruning's not the funniest thing to watch, but maybe I'll just throw in some time lapses here and there, or get some removals. But yeah, thanks for the advice. Go ahead and leave your opinions in the comments. No promise I'm going to listen to them. But yeah, you can also leave your questions and I'll answer them to my best of my ability. Like I said, I'm a certified arborist. I've been doing tree work as long as I can remember, ever since high school. So I went to the trade school for forestry, and so I've just been around it. And so if you have any questions, I'm sure I have some type of opinion on it, and I can let you know how I feel. I'll give you my professional opinion, even though it might not be the right opinion or the way you look at things or the way someone else looks at things. But you know, it's one thing I always tell everyone is gather all the information from all these different people, and then you could make up your own opinion based off that. So don't just go off of one person because they say it's right. You know, you can pick their brain, pick this person's brain, and then kind of come up with your own ways and techniques and tips and tricks. But yeah, I'll be glad to answer any questions, and hopefully I'll keep posting. Let me know if you enjoyed that. I know it's not the best saw maintenance, it's just a quick rundown. It's not really how-to, it's more just a how I do it, like Spencer would say. Hopefully I can get this saw rest cleaned up. We get it all cleaned up and I get it painted too. So, and then I'm hoping to get some new dogs for my 362, and then hopefully a freaking bark box from this guy for from West Coast Saws, so that'll be next for it. But right now my priority is my dump trailer. I'm gonna get that, help you put the wood up on the side so I can, you know, do more brush. Peace out.